So you're against the control?
Yeah, I guess it's fair. It's proof it's for change. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, so they've been using the yeah. We should like get a musician start very soon.
Yeah. Okay. Did you? Oh, you got a flower. That's a good one.
Testing, test, test.
Wait, is it Poppy's birthday or is it your birthday?
Yeah, I did this to
Oh, that's so fun.
test.
Like a baby. Oh, look at him. Good morning.
Who? Oh, it is. My grandkids call me Poppy as well. Testing, test.
Hey, good morning. Good to see you.
So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get it in place. And then a quick gathering and then we'll go out and
It turned out really cute. I'm not doing well.
let's go ahead and get it in place.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks. Come, come, whoever you are. You are welcome here. Whatever your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. However you came here, if you came alone or with others, you are welcome here. Whomever you love, however you speak, or whatever your abilities, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes, you are welcome here. If you come with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands, then you are indeed welcome here. Beautiful. Thank you, Flaming Chalice Choir. Welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Congregation Church of New Orleans, a congregation gathered in love since 1833 to seek wholeness and work for justice in the world. My name is Tucker, and my pronouns are they, them, or he, him. If you're a visitor, we invite you to raise your hand so that we can greet you. Any new friends? Well, hey, old friends, welcome back. We're so glad you're here. Also, throughout the service, we want to ensure that everyone in attendance can hear what we're doing in its entirety. So if you're unable to hear any of the speakers, please wave your hand or give us one of these, and we'll do our best to speak up. If anyone of any age would like some activities, fidgets, or toys to help them be more present in the service, you can find them on that table in the back. There are pew packs for different age groups. Please help yourself and return them after the service if you don't mind. After the time for all ages this morning, children are welcome to follow our teacher to the kids' room, through the store, and down the hallway. As a lay-led congregation, we invite a variety of worship leaders from our congregation and the broader community to give the sermon and contribute to other parts of the service. Today, our worship leader is music director Dwayne White. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dwayne. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm excited that we're going to sing about 15 hymns today.
Woo. Amazing. So please rise and body your spirit and join me in lighting the chalice of our heritage. We're going to read the words that you'll find in the gray hymnal, number 529, The Stream of Life. And I think
We have one song right before that.
yeah, our choir is going to, great.
Ready? Are we ready?
The Stream of Life. Please join me. The same stream of life that runs through my veins night and day runs through the world and dances in rhythmic measures. It is the same life that shoots in joy through the dust of the earth, in numberless blades of grass, and breaks into tumultuous waves of leaves and flowers. It is the same life that is rocked in the ocean cradle of birth and death, in ebb and in flow. I feel my limbs are made glorious by the touch of this world. My pride is from the life throb of ages dancing my blood this moment. Woo. Please remain as you are for our opening hymn medley. You'll find the words in your order of worship. It's 3 hymns: We Shall Gather at the River, There's a River Flown in My Soul, and I've Got Peace Like a River.
River
Thanks so much, y'all. Now is the time we welcome all of those who are young or young at heart to join Barrett and our crew of Kids for Change up here at the front.
Can
Thanks.
everybody hear me? Yay! Okay, I had the mic muted before because y'all don't want to hear me sing. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, can all my young and young at heart join us here with our float? You forgot your change again? Oh no! Well, I bet you're not the only one. Does everybody know what Laurel's talking about? Just in case, I'll tell you. So every year during Carnival, we do our Crew of Kids for Change fundraiser, where the kids decide to raise money for a special cause. They brainstorm, look up organizations, and vote, all based on what the kids are interested in. This year, they decided they wanted to raise money for safe houses and good food for people. So we looked up some organizations for them, and they voted to actually support our immigrant neighbors in St. Rose. As many of you know, we are already working with a church in St. Rose to support their immigrant congregants during this time of increased ICE presence, et cetera, in our city. So when we presented the young people with this option, overwhelmingly they voted to also support that cause. So that's what we're raising money for this carnival season. With our special float that they decorated, we're gonna parade around. You can bring in your change. I see some of you already have it. If not, we have 2 more weeks. So search your cars, search your purses, search your key bowls, bring in your change next week. Laurel got some dollar coins. Let's do this. Watch your foot. Kids are welcome to stay with us for the service or to follow Maddie into the kids' room for some guided learning and play. Watch out, Charlie.
Can we get one more round of applause for Crew of Kids for Change? Incredible, iconic. All right, y'all. Thank you, thank you. So today's a funny little day, because as you've heard, we're singing. We're here to sing. That's the energy. And part of what that means is that we're not doing like a typical sermon. So we're going to use a little bit of this time for our meditation, and prayer, time of silence, whatever words you put to that, to just reground a little bit. And one of the things I think about a lot as like a worship associate or worship leader is how much it's our responsibility to talk about what is happening right now in the world. And it's a hard task because the world is really bad, right? The world is really bad right now. And we know that things like song and gathering together and being honest about what's happening and finding more and more ways to show up is such a big part of how and why we do this in the first place, why we come to this chapel. Thank you. So in a moment, after our meditation, we'll have a time of silence, and then we'll sing Voice Still and Small, the words for which are in your order of worship. And after that, we're going to be speaking aloud a prayer called Song of the Sky Loom that is by the Tewa people of the land colonially known as Northern New Mexico. And you've probably heard from other folks who lead or plan services here at First UU that this book, Singing the Living Tradition, our gray hymnal, is really the gift that keeps on giving. And I had a moment this week where she was the gift that kept on giving. And that poem is part of it. So, yeah, it's funny, like you'll be looking for a resource or a reading or a poem or a song, and sometimes you'll just open it and it just falls to what you need. I feel like it's how people describe their relationship to the Bible. I'm like, yeah, this is my thing. So in November, I went to Santa Fe for a conference that my job was holding, and some of my colleagues took me to the O'Keeffe Museum, the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum. We had been working all weekend, and so it was very late in the day. They were blazing through. There's like 30 minutes left until they close, and maybe about 10 minutes before they shut their doors and lovingly usher everyone out of the exhibits, I made it to the back where they had a new exhibit called Tewa Nange, or Tewa Country. It was featuring more than 30 newly created works by 12 artists and culture bearers and scholars from the 6 Tewa pueblos in New Mexico. Tewa Nange opens up a critical dialogue around sacred landscapes, indigenous belonging, and cultural ownership. It's an affirmation of all the Tewa who've been here before, during, and after this land I'm talking about came to be known as O'Keeffe country, right? So you might have an image in your mind of a mountain or a mesa that Georgia O'Keeffe used to paint a lot. It's called Tsipin, or Cerro Pedernal. It's her view of it from Ghost Ranch. She painted it many times. And one of the things she said about it once was, "It's my private mountain. It belongs to me. God told me if I painted it enough, I could have it." I liked this exhibit because it wasn't shaming her or, saying anything really about O'Keeffe. It was about the land and the people and that legacy. So when I was looking through this book and I stumbled upon Song of the Sky Loom, a prayer from the Tewa people, I just started laughing. I was like, classic. The universe is handing me the thing I need to see today. Part of the prayer is about offering gifts to the earth and the sky, asking them to weave for us a garment of light, the warp and the weft of the fabric. They ask for the fringes to be the falling rain and the border to be the standing rainbow. One of the artists who contributed to this exhibit, his name is Jason Garcia. He had many, many paintings of Tsipin, Cerro Pedernal, this mesa. And in his artist statement, he said, "I document the sacred mountain, Tsipin, across various seasons and drawing upon representations in popular culture. My intention is to continue to add to this display throughout the duration of this exhibit." Georgia O'Keeffe painted Tsipin at least 29 times, My aim is to exceed this number, reclaiming and reasserting the Tewa presence on the landscape. I believe that you can be a fantastic painter, like O'Keeffe, and have an honest appreciation for the land, and still miss the point of what the land is trying to tell you. The land belongs to no one. I've been feeling deep grief and pain around ICE's activities and violence in Minnesota, here in New Orleans, and increasing across the country. Like many of you, I've been struggling with feelings of powerlessness and what feels like an endless well of despair, ignited again and again by officers killing more innocent civilians, not to mention more folks in detention. But recently, Keith Porter, a 43-year-old father of two, Renee Good, a queer parent and poet, and just yesterday morning, Alex Preddy, an ICU nurse. It's bad. This is bad. There's a lot of fancy words I could put to why this is bad and how it's happening and why it's happening, but for now, I'll just say, it's really bad. So, partially to stay sane, to stay grounded, and keep myself well, especially well enough to be present in the fights that we're in right now, I keep coming back to the land. Over and over, she is my most constant grounding. Sometimes it's on my back porch, watching the birds and squirrels hop between tree branches. On good days, it's going out to Jean Lafitte or our other incredible state parks, looking for the gators and the banana spiders. Sometimes it's lighting a fire at my beloved's altar and touching the sticks and stones that adorn it. This land, all land, did not start with borders on her mind. She was once free. Before colonization, before European folks and folks who came to be known as white went and sliced up the land, mapping embarrassingly violent imaginary lines, right angles protruding, lines that don't even respect the natural curves of her cartography. Before this, she was whole, she was one. Saplings turned into tree systems, rivers flew into deltas and seas, foliage turned into worm food, and animal carcasses turned into mushrooms. The world composted herself, heated and cooled herself, erected and depressed pieces of land herself, making the most beautiful mountains and valleys. And even as I was typing this late last night, I was laughing at me writing that in the past tense. Of course, the land still does these things. Packs of animals still migrate around the world despite these imagined borders. Rivers still flow and fish still swim despite the climate destruction. People seek asylum and safety, and we care for each other through the transitions. And birds still migrate south because Lord knows they can't split up the sky. The world gets torn apart and she heals herself time and time again. She probably still will once we're all long dead and gone. Being with the land is the main way I connect with spirit. It's my favorite way to sit with some of our most sacred UU values, and it's part of why I was excited when Dwayne wanted to talk about nature and mystery and wonder in the hymns that we're looking at today. The UU values I come back to here are interdependence, transformation, and justice. Interdependence, none of these things can exist without the other. Every system touches each other. Every moment holds the intentional and unintentional rebalancing of everything all at once. Transformation, the land evolves. Nothing actually stays the same. What ebbs will flow, and what flows will ebb. Justice, I will fight for her. We will fight for her as she has fought for us. We will care for her and steward her safety as we steward the safety of her inhabitants. We will follow the leadership of her original peoples. As we'll hear soon in Song of the Skyloom, May the border be the standing rainbow. May the only border on this land be the standing rainbow. Thanks, y'all. Please join me as we read our responsive reading, number 520, which can be found in your gray hymnals. I'll begin, and y'all can respond with the text in italics. This is Song of the Sky Loom. O our mother the earth, O our father the sky. Then weave for us a garment of brightness. May the fringes be the falling rain. Thus, weave for us a garment of brightness. That we may walk fittingly where grass is green. So, Sunday services focused on singing together are a special treat. The space that we create here together, the readings we speak aloud together, and the songs we sing have power. They make meaning and keep us grounded through the hardest moments of this life. Dwayne, would you like to take us away?
Good morning. So when I offered to do this, the special music service, and so we were kind of replacing the sermon with music. I wanted to make sure that there was depth and universalist theology in the music. So I did not know when I chose to do a service on nature that we would all be talking about the weather today. But we're not talking about birds and we're mostly talking about ice and snow. But at least it brings us to a focus of nature. I also wanted to do some new things that we don't normally do in our hymnal. And this next song, and I'm going to have the choir sing it. If you'd like to sing along, you can. But I'm going to talk about it before we sing it. It's a song by Jim Scott, and he's written several songs in our hymnal. My favorite is Gather the Spirit. I just love that hymn, and he wrote that. But he also wrote this one, The Oneness of Everything. And as I was doing research on this particular piece, you know, in Universalist theology, we have, as has already been mentioned, the interdependent web. We have principles, we have sources. There are 7 principles. I have to say, when I started this study, and I was like, I don't really know that I know all this information. So I wanted to, you know, study it. But this particular piece has a lot of our theological concepts in it, like humanism. There's humanism, there's process theology, there's God, there's the interdependent web, there's the 4th principle, and there's the first source. So what are all these? I'm going to concentrate on the 4th principle, and that is that we have a free and responsible searching for the truth, and we find meaning by exploring our own path. And the first source says that we have a direct experience of that transcending mystery and wonder. I even put that in the title, affirming in all of our cultures, and which gives us a personal firsthand experience. And Unitarian Universalists put that experience over dogma. And I was raised in the Christian church, in the Pentecostal denomination, and dogma was pretty much the most important thing. And so I'm so happy to be a part of a group of people that does not put all of their trust in dogma, but in our own personal experiences. And if you want to follow along with this song, it's on in your Till hymnal on 1052. I'm just going to read the words before the choir comes up to sing it, just to show you how beautiful Jim Scott writes his music. Far beyond the grasp of hands, or light to meet the eye, and past the reaches of the mind, there find the key to nature's harmony, in an architecture so entwined. Like the birds whose patterns grace our sky, and carry all who join in love expanding, the message of peace will rise in flight, taking weight of the world upon its wings, in the oneness of everything. Peace is in the dance of trees, whose stir before the first breath of wind is yet perceived. Trust in the song becoming one with the dance, and all mysteries can be believed. Songs of life, lives long past, that touch our own are written in the earth, ever giving. And now to maintain the harmony gives us all lives worth living, for the oneness of everything. And the 3rd verse says, still we seek to find a truth that we might understand and reduce to terms defined. Vast and immeasurable time and space, all so overwhelmingly designed. Oh, passing years, just might I know the faith that winters in the heart to be reborn in spring, to hear and to feel the pulse of life enters the soul as a song to sing of the oneness of everything. It's a beautiful song. If I get the choir to come up, we're going to sing this for you. We're going to continue no, the choir stays up. We're singing more. We got three more songs. One thing they could be assured of when they put me in charge is this is going to be packed with music. And the next two songs, one is kind of new to us, one we've done a lot. The first one is 1031, Filled with Loving Kindness. And then the second one is 1054, Let This Be a House of Peace. I'd like for you to stay seated and sing along with us and get lost in the music and the words and let it continue to be a time of meditation for you. This first piece, I lead a Buddhist recovery group, and in one of the meditations, we talk about we first have to be filled with metta or loving kindness, and then we want to give that to the person next to us, to the people outside this room, to the people in other states and other countries, and then to the universe and to the animals and birds and to all of nature. So we want to spread this loving kindness. So we'll sing, May I Be Filled, and then you sing it, May the person next to you, may you be filled, and then all of us, may we be filled. And then we'll go into Let This Be a House of Peace. So if anything, I hope this music about nature and the wonders of it have brought some peace to you. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. May I be filled. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. Now let's have just a moment of not singing and listening. Sing, may you be filled. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be well. Let's sing, may we be filled, and send it out all into the world. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. Let this be a house of peace, of nature and humanity, of sorrow and elation. Let this be a house, a haven for healing, an open room for question and our inspiration. Let this be a house of peace. 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 Let this be a house. Oh, let this be a house of peace. Oh, let this be a house. Let this be a house. Oh, let this be a house of peace.
Ooh, one more little gratitude. Thank you so much, Dwayne, Chalice, Fire. So y'all, generosity is one of our UU shared values. As UUs, we agree to cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. We understand that generosity is a spiritual discipline that connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. We can practice our act of generosity either by placing in the collection plate or by using the information in your order of service to give electronically. Thank you. Oof. Gifts to this community of faith are gratefully received. Let us acknowledge these gifts by reading together the words in your order of service. This gift from the abundance of my life blesses me, our ministries, and the world. Thank you. Giving and the offering plate and pledging are a part of how we steward this congregation. There are countless other ways to serve, build community, and share our love with the rest of the city. Here are a few opportunities coming up, and then I'm going to have a couple spotlight announcements. You know who you are. Start coming up if you don't mind, so we're ready. Thank you. Mardi Gras fundraising is happening. Rain has kindly offered to let First UU use the Circle Drive and building kitchen and restrooms to manage Mardi Gras season activities. Sign-up sheets are available after service this Sunday, so you can choose your task day and shifts. Yes, next we are hiring. So we're looking for childcare contractors, folks who are interested in doing childcare work. Sundays from 10 to 12. The pay is $20 an hour. 17 and up is the ages of folks who were able to hire for this. So please pass it on. I'm sure you know a 17-year-old. You know, everybody's looking for work these days. Come on, yeah, bring them on. Our anti-racism and anti-oppression ongoing conversation is continuing next Sunday, February 1st. Is that next Sunday? Y'all, what year is it? Thank you. Okay, my brain is struggling. Next Sunday after the chapel here in the service. And then our beloved speaker from last week's service, Dr. Hakam Murad, told us that he would share some actionable next steps for the congregation to take in the coming weeks in support of the Palestinian struggle for liberation. So there's two really exciting things happening. One is a virtual orientation today at 12 p.m. The link to sign up is in the digest. That is about the BDS initiative, the local No Appetite for Apartheid campaign to remove Israeli and complicit brands from our local restaurants and stores. So check out the digest for information on that. And the last one is a Martyrs Motorcade that is happening next Sunday at 1 p.m. on the West Bank. The information is in the digest, but this is in honor of Tawfiq, a local young boy from Gretna who was murdered in Palestine. Yeah, 2 years ago. Okay. I really hope to see y'all there. If anyone wants to get in my car for it, let me know. Thanks. Sigrid, you want to start us off?
Hello, everyone. You might notice in the back there is a Chevron out of French Quarter Fest petition and information about the Chevron out cause. There's an almost infinite amount of reasons to hate Chevron, one being that they're deeply involved and have actually lobbied for the genocide of the Palestinian people. They also owe us $745 million for just dumping wastewater into Plaquemines Parish and destroying 50% of the land there. And instead of paying us for that, they have appealed to the Supreme Court just 2 weeks ago. They appealed to the Supreme Court. So they're bad. We're kicking them out of French Quarter Fest. We're kicking them out of our museums. We're kicking them out of anything that gives them good press because they owe us more money than they will ever spend on supporting our cultural things here. And they hate us and they want us to not exist, right? They're making choices that will destroy Louisiana forever. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I just have a brief update about our work with our partner church is that St. Charles Parish, right? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I went there a few days ago during one of their services and gave them a few checks from the GoFundMe that we've been fundraising for, and just spoke to a lot of folks there, and folks kind of expressed their gratitude. Y'all remember when we gathered gifts and wrapped them at church during Christmas time? So a lot of the kids there weren't actually expecting gifts, and folks were kind of preparing their kids that it was going to be really hard this year. So the kids were really surprised, and folks are really grateful for the work that we've been doing, and just encouraging us to just keep our faith, keep up the work that we're doing, and just thank you all for all of your efforts. I can share more maybe in an update in a week or two, but yeah, just the work that we're doing really matters, and yeah, thank y'all. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Also, something that's been a pretty big need consistently is diapers. So if you're able to when you're going grocery store shopping, if you're able to bring diapers to church, they'll go directly to that church, and they're looking for sizes like 4, 5, and 6 and pull-ups. And then also like olive oil, if you happen to like get some for yourself, if you can also bring some to church, that'd be appreciated.
Good morning. I wanted to alert people that there's an emergency rally against fascism and state murder at 3 o'clock this afternoon downtown at Lafayette Square, and I think people are meeting at the Gallier Hall, which is right by Lafayette Square. 3 p.m. rally against state murder and fascism and all the other stuff that's going on. And that's all I know about it.
First, I'd like to tell you about a group. It's called Hungry NOLA Gringos. And we meet on Fridays, and we usually go to a Hispanic restaurant and try to give them business. And some of them, we go in there, we're the only people in there. So there's a group there, and there's another one starting on Tuesday. But if you go on your phone, you can go on Hungry Gringos. Also, there is a Justice and Beyond Forum tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It's Zoom, and it's resistance to ICE, Border Patrol, and police. The threat is to all of us. They have a great panel. And I really do like this Reverend Gregory Manning of Broadmoor Community Church. Thank you. Oh, if you want to sign up, there's a code here. If you just find me at coffee.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Lane. I'm going to put on my RE hat for a second and share that we have king cake for sale in coffee hour. $1 a slice. There's plain, and then there's the Noka Satsuma cake, which is delicious, so I've heard. So do that. And then I'm going to put on my membership hat. And then the folks of you who know what's coming, you guys can come on up. But we do have some folks that want to sign the book for membership. So I would like to bring Hunter Weber, Sigrid Tuttle, Daniel Garcia, Carmen Hershey, and Lisa Petrovich up here. And you want to play a little, sweet, soft something?
Could I request that our beautiful new friends who have signed the book, can you come up for a quick group photo? Is that okay? You can say no, but yes, thank you. Welcome officially to the congregation. Congregants, can we say welcome? Welcome. Wow. Yes, thank you so much. What a sweet day, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. The last announcement is that Sarah Covert got a goldfish yesterday at a birthday party, and they are looking for a home. So raise your hand, Sarah. Yes, thank you. If you have an aquarium, let her know. All right, please stand in body or spirit and join in our chalice extinguishing, which you will find in your order of worship. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And please remain as you are for our closing hymn, which you will find in the gray hymnal, number 108, My Life Flows On in Endless Song. All right, good people, this church is a place in our hearts and a way that we live our lives. Wherever and however we gather, we bring and share the spirit of love and life. Let us invite that spirit to fill us now as we enter into our communities. At its founding, our church was known as the Strangers Church. Please turn and greet your neighbors and join us for coffee hour just outside the back doors to your left. And please don't forget about the goldfish. Thank you.
Can I have your attention? Can I please have you give the choir a round of applause for all their work this week?